As someone who enjoys cooking for myself and others, I tend to think about how things taste and like why I like things. And one thing that I always like to think about is why do people like certain foods and who likes what? And so as a result of this, I decided to make a survey about cheese. And through this survey, I've learned a lot of things, like some unique cheeses, what kind of cheese people tend to like, and what they eat it for or eat it with. Also, a lot of people don't know how to spell mozzarella. But yeah, I'd like to thank all 136 people who have answered this survey so far in helping me collect data and really learn like what it means to love cheese. So without further ado, I present to you answers from the cheese survey. Chad, stinky cheese, string cheese, famunda cheese, which I looked up on Urban Dictionary. That's just a term for dick cheese. Thank you. Monster. Why? Because fuck you. Mozzarella, which I'm assuming are both misspellings of mozzarella. Swim bees? I don't know, fucking provolone? Parm Asian. Fucking pepper jack. Dads. I just miss him so much. Now there's one entry here that I appreciate a lot, and it's a really deep story, so I had my friend read it for me.
In my opinion, Swiss cheese is superior to all others for me. Swiss cheese has always been there for me, not just as a wonderful snack, but as a savior, if you will. I hold a dear, sentimental value to Swiss cheese, deep in my heart. I think this is a very interesting lesson about sentimentality and material influence. When I was in a deep isolation period of my life, all I had was the same food, same colors, same people, same days, no difference. The only difference in this period of time for me was Swiss cheese. I would begin to add Swiss cheese to everything I cooked, microwave baked, and so on. If it was edible, it had Swiss cheese. It was a very unique taste that added difference to my present memory of that time. It showed me that there's more to life if you make more. It showed all it is simply just enforcing control over your environment. And now I hold Swiss cheese to great esteem. Perhaps, if it had been a different cheese, would I favor that cheese instead? Not at all. I'm just lucky it had been Swiss, for if it had been blue cheese, I wouldn't even care. And I would have waited for a different opportunity to seize control over my environment. This just goes to show the power of sentimentality in memory. Put someone in any isolated, controlled, zoo-like environment and they will do anything with what they have. It's sort of a filter, a segregation tactic, if you will. Think about that. Compare yourself now, reflect, realize how much of a controlled environment you're in. Perhaps our impulses, addictions, and habits are some sort of cope for being in our purposefully controlled environment. Of course, I'm not saying I prefer chaos. It's easy to mistake chaos with the opposite of control. You can turn a chaotic environment into a comfortable environment simply by being aware of exactly what's going on. I know exactly what's going on in my environment, and all it does is make me uncomfortable. I don't want chaos, I don't want control, I want order and awareness. Simply as is. More Swiss cheese. That is precisely why I favor Swiss cheese over all others. Thank you.
So yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you want any of the data, I made a graph and a spreadsheet showing all the answers. I'll also put the cheese form in, I'm keeping it up, and I'll be sure to update the graph and stuff. Peace.
Except when soft rains fall and drip from leaves.